Hey, Beavos out there. I am your goddess Nazca here with Chuck. Come on, we're reacting to...
Woke fatigue. We're fatigued of being woke.
You.
As I'm scratching the dog.
Oh, is this kind of like
Get me
the...
out of this place! I'm tired! I'm losing my tired! I'm tired! I'm tired! I don't want to be a politician! I hate them!
I don't want to hear.
Wait, what made you a politician in the first place?
She would probably be a good politician.
But then get a new job. What?
I don't want to hear white people say the world is legal.
Another white person say the word illegal for the rest of my goddamn life.
Legal.
We are living on stolen land.
All you... No.
We
are
conquered.
not... You conquered land is different. Know how to...
Dear God, look at you could put a flat screen on that forehead. A little tired. Please calm down. Dear God, she could advertise a billboard on that forehead.
Do is spew your vile, hateful, racist, lying rhetoric.
Like many of you,
Bam.
I am genuinely exhausted.
We all are exhausted. At the end of the year, we're tired.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back.
I'm curious. Whatever happened to that whole comet?
What?
Remember back in the days of the 2020 election, there was a comet being voted for?
Comment? Oh, the meteorite?
Yeah. Where'd he go?
He left. 3-Eyed Atlas came by, then he fucked off.
Aww. He went away with 3-Eyed Atlas? Damn
Yeah.
it.
That video saved me from...
This video saved me from,
renting an Airbnb.
Yeah, use the common sense. Don't rent some stranger's house.
You'll be renting from that person.
To hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Fume. Also, children, I am going on tour in October, doing 9 cities around the United States.
how
I would
long
love
ago
you
this
to
video
come and
came
see
out?
me.
Huh.
Tickets will be linked in the
Wait, what does she do?
She's a I think she's a comic.
Comedian?
Yeah.
Huh.
She has the things
description box, and for a limited time for you early people, you can use the code gondola to get 20% off when you check out. See you there. It's gonna be cool. So I have wanted to make this video for quite a while now, but like similar ones that I've done recently, what has stopped me is the fact that there are 9 billion examples that I could choose from to illustrate my point, and that gets a little overwhelming. But in the wake of the insane meltdowns around Sydney Sweeney and Billie Eilish and all of...
Oh, wait. Okay, so this is back with the whole,
Sydney Sweeney, I have good genes.
Okay. This still is relevant to today because,
These people still exist.
They're still, crashing out about other things now, yeah?
They crash out never stops. They just move from
Yeah.
one thing to another.
Also, what's the crash out with Billie Eilish? I thought she was one of them.
I don't know. I don't keep up with these people.
Yeah.
the commentary around eugenics and Nazism and white supremacy and the general screaming that we've seen on TikTok, I thought it was time to take a run at this topic.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney
Oh no, it's one of those! Weird glasses. Nose ring.
Lip piercing.
Ugh.
That had to hurt like hell. And tattoos everywhere.
Yay. You know
Also,
what's...
goddamn, she could be a good Sakura cosplay.
Yeah, that last one.
Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda. Wow.
We should have known Sydney Sweeney was a Republican because she's tacky as
This is what we mean when we say white people and they biases just be jumping out. Because what?
Remember when gay men used to be cool? Remember when gay men used to be men? Give me the Freddie Mercury gays back. I miss those gays. The Village People.
What type of racist shit is
JoJo?
that? I don't want to
JoJo.
hear now about, well, black people say it wouldn't have been a
gay.
problem.
JoJo
Anti-blackness
gay.
has been a global issue since
Gujarati.
forever.
Because at this
Gujarati
stage, I
not
think
gay
that all of us have a
now.
little bit of woke fatigue.
He threatened to put shit in Giovanni. He threatened to put shit in his mouth. Come on. Remember that first scene? I could put other things in your mouth.
Shut up.
As with a
do
bunch of
Trucker
other
Bad.
social movements recently too, I think that a huge portion of people have genuinely
Okay,
hit
I'm
their
gonna roll
saturation
the
point.
washer a
It's
little
me.
bit.
I'm
Awesome.
people. For years, we have been lectured
God
by purple
damn.
haired, septum pierced they thems.
Dear Mr. President of fear and division, you're not fit to lead. You belong in a prison.
We have
I got questions. Why do people dye their hair like that? Are they like? I know why I dye my hair like that because I think it's pretty and it's like anime and stuff. It's like wee, but why do they? Is it because they think they're special snowflakes?
Yes.
been name called.
White trash.
Whose judge are you? Are you our judge?
Absolutely, bitch.
You are?
Shamed.
A toddler was suspended from a nursery after they were accused of being transphobic or homophobic.
Oh, yeah, that story.
A toddler.
If a toddler broke your mind, maybe you shouldn't be around kids.
If you are offended by the words of a child, you have to look deep, deep within yourself and wonder, where did I go wrong?
Phobic.
And attacked for having a difference of opinion.
Why are you voting for him? Because I believe he is the moral king.
Why are you going on someone's door and fucking with someone?
Wait, what's going on?
Apparently, this person had a Trump sign on their house, and this person's going there and berating them.
Uh-huh.
If it's a toddler, think about it.
Oh my God. F you for that one.
Some people have been fired and shunned and socially ostracized.
Okay, I would be hoping. Okay, I'm not assuming we can't do this in Missouri, but in Texas, if someone came up to me and was doing that shit, could I open my door and...
I don't think you can do that in Texas either, but...
Damn it! I thought you could. Did they change the
No,
laws?
if someone breaks your door down and threatens you, yeah, in Missouri and in Texas, you do have the right to shoot them.
Not
The
just to
12-year-old
make them
Jewish
run away.
kid was arrested in UK because he said Hamas would be wiped out. Wow.
Or attacked on the internet because they rejected some part of this weird mass delusion that's been going on.
That hurts.
They didn't use the right pronoun or they culturally appropriated something.
Stop it!
And so I think the
I bet
word
they're a
fatigue
delight
is
to be
just
around.
so accurate in describing this crippling
Why are these people so full of hate? They sit there and think that they protest against hate, but they are the most hateful beings I've ever seen.
I'm Jewish. I don't even agree with that.
exhaustion that so many of us are feeling towards the current social climate. Exhaustion with the relentless militant pressure to conform to a very, very narrow set of...
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Sheepy, yeah. No one, deserves to be technically wiped out and stuff, but...
My brain hurts.
What, help me, what is Hamas?
They're the terrorist group, and I think... Is it Palestine? Is it Palestine or is it over in Libya? It's Hamas. I can't remember the two. I get them confused half the time.
I know, right? I don't... Okay, all I know is the bad people probably should get wiped out. Whatever the bad people are, because they're the ones who are going to be trying to kill other people, and they're a problem. So, yeah.
social
That's
justice
my thing.
values, where every word and every action and even silence is scrutinized for its correctness. It's burnout from a good few decades of being pressured and lectured into caring about all issues all of
my
the
brain
time,
hurts too
all
now.
at once. Everything everywhere has been hyper-politicized, and for years there has been absolutely no reprieve. Until recently, where apparently we all stopped giving a crap at the exact same time and now just sit back and laugh
That's kinda
as these
nice.
people do insane things and remove themselves from the gene pool. I realize there are a few different ways.
You're right. All these people would be removing themselves from the gene pool because most of these people are not procreating anyway because they usually like the opposite, the same
You just
sex.
gotta keep them out of the schools for the next 20 years and you'll be fine.
No.
ways that you can interpret that last sentence, but I'm referring to the fact that they're just not having kids. But I will let you pick the interpretation that you like best. So this is what I want to talk about today. Woke fatigue, woke exhaustion, how we got here, how it was accelerated, and
maybe also natural selection comes into play at some point from half of the stupid shit they do.
Yeah, like Chris Chan tried to make his own vagina.
Oh yeah, mutilating themselves. Well, I was referring to doing all these quote-unquote peaceful protests to the point where they are looked as, the one kid who,
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, Rittenhouse.
If anybody know what I'm referring to, Chris Chan years ago thought that every man has a vagina is between their balls and their asshole. And all you gotta do is get a rusty pocket knife and open it up yourself. And then pour rubbing alcohol on it. When I saw that video, I literally just cringed into a ball that was so painful to watch.
Yeah, I like natural selection.
Really just remind you all of some of the things that you have probably forgotten over the years that were absolutely, completely insane. But before we do that, obviously all of my regular disclaimers, this video is by no means exhaustive. I'm not going to get to and list everything. There's way too much. And actually, when I was planning this video, I jumped on a call with a girlfriend of mine, and together we were just listing out and going through all the things that we could think of associated with this topic and putting those in this video. I maybe got to a third of our list. It was that long. But I've done my best to give you all of the little treasures. So, my little Hell Gondola dwellers, before you once again board my Hell Gondola, and together we revisit some stuff that we probably would rather forget.
I'm on the highway to hell!
You can't even talk logic or sense. Oh, no, logic and sense is now racist. You hear that term?
Yeah. And so, yeah, of course you can't talk that way to these people because they will automatically associate you with being a Nazi for talking logic.
I'm not joking, by the way. Someone actually said that using logic is racist. And math is racist.
Yeah,
and science is racist.
I heard that.
Everything's racist.
I heard that. Everything's
Let's hear from
racist.
Today's sponsor, Fume.
Breathing
does. Toxic fume. Also, and you're addicted to it for months. Ain't able to go to what's cute, but then .com and you order. This is relatively new, but that's actually not the case at all. In the 80s and 90s, political correctness in America was sort of in its first wave. At the time, the term was a way to both describe and criticize progressive efforts to curb the use of offensive language and behavior, particularly on university campuses where, during this time, policies were being enacted to block expression of certain opinions. In 1990, the New York Times published an article.
Okay, so this was referring to the times of when segregation was dying
No, this
out,
is talking about where all this stuff started. All the political correctness or wokeness, as we would use today. This was started long before we were alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Titled The Rising Hegemony of the Politically Correct, where the author wrote that on college campuses there was a breeding ground for a regimented leftist ideology that promoted intolerance, closed debate, and pressured others to conform to a radical program or risk being accused of a commonly reiterated trio of thought crimes: sexism, racism, and homophobia. It's been 30 years and nothing really has changed. Around this time, Newsweek also published something similar, with its cover image being big bold letters spelling out "Thought Police." In the same year, comedian George Carlin did a series of bits mocking PC language.
Remember him?
He died he would have the worst TDS out there, but you cannot say this man was not dumb. He was the smartest. He was like, you ever hear his story, like he was homeschooled by like his mother was an English teacher, and the way he would like, they would pick a word and then they would study the word.
Okay.
Like he like studied English language like you wouldn't believe.
Huh.
Soft language, as he called it, like trading the word handicapped for differently abled, or the word shell shock with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Americans have trouble facing the truth, so they invent a kind of a soft language to protect themselves from it. And it gets worse with every generation. For some reason...
Wait, my question is, what is wrong with the word shell shock?
I don't know anymore.
Well, his son,
What? George Carlin? No, George Carlin died of like natural causes.
You talking about someone different?
Yeah. George Carlin died in like 2008. I remember when that happened.
Reason it just keeps getting.
Oh, they are trying to prevent word in boys and the grade school. I think that's in misgendering. Oh.
Worse. And of course came the war in Vietnam, which has only been over for about 16 or 17 years. And thanks to the lies and deceit surrounding that war, I guess it's no surprise that the very same condition was called post-traumatic stress disorder. Still 8 syllables, but we've added a hyphen. And the pain is completely buried under jargon. Post-traumatic stress disorder. I'll bet you if we'd have still been calling it shell shock, some of those Vietnam veterans might have gotten the attention they needed at the time.
All that language policing that we've come to know and love, it was really getting started here. But at least comedy was still legal, so, you know, little wins. By the early 2000s, the term PC had become an insult. It was a pejorative, with many arguing that political correctness generally was being used to suppress free speech, but also to suppress differing opinions. Its supporters, on the other hand, said that it was a way to promote tolerance and inclusivity, and that, importantly, nobody had the right to offend without consequences. I am not making that up. That is a direct quote that I found in an article said by a progressive.
You know what? I'm offended that you are offended by me being offensive.
We're all offended here.
Nobody has the right to offend without consequences. Chat, are we screwed? We are so screwed. I mean, with all of this in mind, you can completely see how we ended up where we are today. Suffering and being dictated to by people who think that sex is not an immutable characteristic.
Trans women can be biologically female.
After the September...
No.
We allow different opinions. Let's discuss like mature adults and not like children. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the ones who act like children cannot be reasoned with. What that one person said. Apparently, trans women can be biological women.
Well, it's like this video came out before Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Look at all the people who cheered and clapped for that. There's no reasoning with you.
Yeah, these people are all just monsters. I love the irony of it. They think that they're fighting against the bad people, but they're the ones who are actually being the bad people. That's the irony here.
September 11 attacks, debates over political correctness intensified. Media outlets avoided terms like Islamic terrorism as not to offend Muslims. Conservatives argued that this obfuscated the issue, while progressives argued that this language fueled xenophobia. Words like illegal alien were traded for undocumented migrant. Words like spaz or spastic were deemed offensive, and calling things gay was no longer socially acceptable.
Fuck you, everything's gay.
Offended upon the offensive statement. Make the asylums great again.
Much to the chagrin of all of us millennials. Universities and workplaces increasingly adopted diversity training and speech guidelines. The rise of social media platforms like MySpace and Facebook in the early 2000s began amplifying public discussions and giving activists tools to call out offensive behavior. Soon Reddit and Tumblr followed, and activist communities really started to flourish online. By the way, when I use this voice, this is my quotation voice because you can't see me doing the quotation marks. Just wanted to clear that up. I think I've said this before, but I think a lot of this largely could have been avoided if we just stopped the people on Reddit and Tumblr from ever having access to the internet. Or conversely, made them stay on their side of the internet. Done a little bit of web segregation. So by the beginning of the 2010s, two very distinct camps had emerged. Those who believed that political correctness was a moral necessity, and those who viewed it as a form of censorship and another form of of social control. And then, like, basically all of these movements, everything went to hell. And it was probably here that the foundation of the coming fatigue started for the majority.
You know, I would like to believe that our channel is super the offensive.
Yeah, we
Because
try.
you're a trucker, and truckers are offensive to a bunch of people after all that.
We're VTubers. We're you offend people just on that alone.
I got jiggly boobies.
Come on.
I am too hot for you.
You know, considering a lot of us were children up until this point, and I distinctly remember running around the playground saying that everything was gay. You know, us Aussie kids grew up during this period of time, and we had fads that were a cigarette lolly.
I don't know.
As you do. Actually, speaking of lollies, we used to be able to get these things called yogurt buds, which were like little buds of yogurt, and I miss them so much, and I have not been able to find them anywhere. Someone find me yogurt buds, please. By 2014, the term woke, which had been used mainly by Black Americans to refer to awareness around racial issues, had been repurposed to describe a hyper-vigilant social justice mindset. Around this time, too, we also had the term SJW, or social justice warrior.
And also, that's
you all know what that is. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was never really a massive fan of the term social justice warrior.
Another can of worms with cheesecake.
So, it all kind of... Some people say the reason it wasn't for Gamergate, Trump would not have been elected the first go-around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's theories going out about that. It's hard to explain.
I thought Hillary Clinton was just that bad.
Yeah.
Given that the vast majority of these people, if they're fighting anything, it's their own mental illness. You know, I think calling them warriors is a form of internet stolen valor, you know? Like, this is why they think they're soldiers of the progressive left. Except, like, all it takes to defeat them is asking the last time their dad hugged them. Anyway, social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram turbocharged this shift, making activism instantaneous and public, allowing terms like privilege, microaggressions, and cultural appropriation to spread.
We can now say microaggressions. Now what?
Here's some other examples of microaggressions.
I guess I'm still learning how to deal with microaggressions. The majority of the
they're offending the women who can't get. They're offending the women who are fighting ugly. They're offending the gay men because they don't like titties.
I thought it was because Camilla was bad.
Who's that?
Kamala.
Oh. No, we're talking about the first go around. When
microaggressions that I've experienced in my life are
Trump is undefeated in beating women.
He's undefeated in beating women.
Related to being half Japanese.
Hashtags made issues viral, but they also created pressure to publicly align with progressive causes. In the wake of the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, and the rise of BLM, social media exploded.
The best thing BLM ever did is give us body cams. Because now we see how people actually fucking act. Donut Operator has a career because of BLM.
Too bad they just pocketed all that money for their own selfish asses.
Yeah.
With calls to check your privilege or call out racism. Non-participation, such as not tweeting #BLM, was seen as complicity and a sign-off on police.
But no. It was Hillary Clinton first.
Yeah.
We were talking about the first go-around.
Which was 10 years ago, my God.
Brutality.
So back when George Floyd was killed, I remember I reposted the famous quote by Desmond Tutu that says, if you're neutral in situations of injustice, you're siding with the oppressor.
Making this video reminded me about all of the cops who were kneeling during the BLM protests, and all the white people who were doing those struggle sessions, basically, where they were washing black people's feet or gathering in circles to, like, apologize to them. Do you guys remember this stuff?
Oh my God.
What the fuck stupidity is this?
We're not rioting, God.
People that don't have jobs.
We're not shaming it.
But more importantly, what the The mid-2010s brought about the rise of the trans movement, gender ideology as we know it today, fat acceptance, and the massive, crazy expansion of the LGBTQIA XYZ all of which brought about their own set of rules and regulations around language, self-ID, and their own activist classes, which I have talked about in other dedicated videos to those topics.
A big, beautiful bill would offend both sides.
Yeah.
At length, so I'm not going to rehash that here, but just know that through all of this, all of that was happening, and with the pronouns and the transing of the kids and the people identifying.
You know, something that Germany does is they sweep the whole thing under the rug.
Which is probably not good. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's a difference between...
Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically... the extreme on that side, extreme on this side, where they keep bringing it up and not letting the past be in the past, and versus pretending the past never happened.
Yeah.
Is two different things here. Both of them are equally bad, just on different spectrums of the bad.
It's like, I watch this and I think of Attack on Titan, the half of the third season into the fourth season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, war never changed. It's like, okay, you punish people who had nothing to do with the past for the present in the present, which led to more rage and destruction and genocide.
Yep.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Yep. Forgive but never forget. Yeah, perfect, sheepy. I'm on another bill. Oh, you heard of that, right?
Yeah, where he's at the Epstein Island. All the pictures have come out now.
Was there actually one of Trump blowing?
No, I need proof for that one. I need actual physical proof for that one.
Yeah, I was watching. No. I was watching a video talking about it. It could go down either one of two ways. Either Trump is one of these disgusting kind of people, or he did something else that's not as bad. Is definitely going to lose a lot of respect, but at least he's not that bad. That's what I've been hearing.
The one thing that proves that Trump wasn't on the Epstein files, or at least had nothing to do with Epstein, you don't think in the last 5 years we would have heard it or seen it by now? Come on. They threw everything they could at him.
Well, how come we're just now hearing about it with Bill Clinton and stuff?
Because they like Bill Clinton, they don't like Trump.
Maybe because it's one of those things is when you let one thing out of the basket, you let it all out of the basket. So they were protecting their own asses too.
Yeah.
Doodles.
So still questionable about all that.
But those videos are dedicated and they're in depth, so I will link them in the description box if you are interested in the timeline of how we all got over the LGBT movement and the trans movement. Anyway, wokeness soon became the cultural expectation with terms like toxic masculinity and white privilege and white fragility making their way.
No, there's pictures of him and they're at Epstein's Island, but I don't know about him and Trump together. That's all. I need proof for that one. I need physical proof where I believe that.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stuff
general
about this.
Public mainstream discourse.
Hold on, it's all the whole Epstein thing is actually very confusing. They're making it very confusing.
We'll know the truth in about 50 years
because we also get stuff with talking about Michael Jackson and stuff. I was hearing like there was like Michael Jackson was like what's the word used also.
Oh, he's fucked. He had been used his whole life.
Yeah, like they did some fucking they did some stuff to Michael and stuff. I also heard like Princess Diana was there. I heard a lot of weird people that were there. Which the whole thing's confusing.
I don't know anymore.
Oof, this is something I've thought about a lot and something I've spoken about a lot. There's too much of toxicity. It's masculine toxicity out there.
Even the term white fragility
oh God, this bitch.
can like really set a lot of people off and saying, what do you mean I'm fragile? You know, like this is offensive and so it's almost ironic that
Gucci Mix did make a big, beautiful bill, which was great.
I think he's talking about a bill that passed.
Yeah, he said, but he said I meant another bill right there. So I'm confused. Will I read?
Stephen Hawking was there. Dude, what could Stephen Hawking do? The man was wheelchair bound. What the fuck could he do to someone?
The term is kind of self-evocative in that way.
White people are racist, and not because they are evil, but because they were raised in racist systems, rewarded by racism, and defended.
Speak for your own damn self, bitch. I was not raised racist. I was raised animeist.
Yeah, and did we grow up in privileged households, would you say?
Hell no.
You want to tell the stories of you living at Bob's house? And me living up my psycho uncle for a few years?
God, I lived in apartment complexes all my life, and that's because my dad was a maintenance man.
Yeah, moving on.
By systems built on it. You are not the exception just because you are nice. You are the product. And when the system gets challenged, fragility explodes.
Here's a test for white fragility. I came across some questions for white fragility that I would like to share with you all. White fragility is a hindrance to open and honest racial conversations.
Social policing was also taking place in 2015.
No. I'm confused about the term white fragility. What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know anymore.
For example, for Halloween, Yale University emailed its students asking them to be thoughtful about the cultural implications of their costumes. When a professor responded by questioning this, both her husband was threatened by students and she was borderline asked to resign. And it wasn't long before this was happening every Halloween, with people writing entire instruction manuals on how to properly dress to avoid cultural appropriation or causing offense.
Joe Henry of the League of...
You're fucking kidding me.
Halloween's died off. You don't see trick-or-treating anymore.
Pretty much, yeah. It is slowly dying away, and oh well. I can't really participate in it much. Only sometimes I can, just because I can...
She's afraid to spell the white. Yeah, tell me about it.
Huh? What?
Oh, is she afraid to spell word? What? Like the whole thing's black fatigue bullshit.
Yeah.
United Latin American Citizens has some examples of what not to do.
When you have... Of course, I would call that more of a thief fatigue or something, because I think it's more direct. There's gotta be a term. It's not necessarily black people. It's this kind of like the trashy cultural like something or other where the people are assholes, they trash the places up, they steal, break things, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah?
Yeah.
Costumes
that's what that's supposed to mean.
People who appear to be Latino wearing sombreros. People who are dressed up to look as if they're African Americans, but they're not. That is offensive.
My culture is not a costume.
Bucknell University even started a campaign called My Culture.
Would you make the argument that no Americans should be allowed to cosplay because that's technically they're all Japanese?
Points. Okay, so the only cosplays that we get, we can be from Full Metal Alchemist, we can be from Attack on Titan, because those are based off of white characters.
Yeah.
But no, you can't be like
yeah.
You're not allowed to be like Static Shock or anything.
Asshole fatigue.
You can't cosplay as Aizen.
Oh yeah. I don't know anymore. But I didn't bother handing out candy this year.
Asshole fatigue, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, every time we buy candy, we buy candy we like, and what doesn't get handed out, we eat.
Is not your costume to raise awareness of the problematic nature of certain Halloween costumes. The idea of cultural appropriation at this point was very alive and well, with everything being policed, from hairstyles to dress styles to even music people were or were not allowed to produce.
And in this whole... Okay. We want to be that? Okay. In that case, cultural appropriation. I see fucking cowboy costumes. I see cowboy costumes.
How about the redneck costumes? Can those not be worn by people?
Oh, yeah, true. There you go. I do see a lot of Egyptian
This whole 11 years that I've had my hair locked up, nobody said anything about me culturally appropriating. In 11 years, that's so sus. Why didn't anybody tell me anything? I'm so glad for TikTok because you're saying it like it is. I mean, and I've done all my own research.
Translation. So you went online and you realized you were offending people when everybody around you didn't say a word to you about it.
And you weren't actually offending anyone. You're just being stupid.
We have let the 2 to 5... Was it as well? Just lock up 2% of the population. Just... Well, this video should be...
You should check my big beautiful bill from Genghis creator or Shook my dog. Shock my dog. Oh wait, are you suggesting us a video to check out? Okay, I think that's what that is. He's suggesting us a video to check out.
Everywhere it's like, why white people can't have dreadlocks. And I was like, I'm not white. I mean, I'm part white, but maybe that's why people haven't said anything, because they're like, she looks a little culturally ambiguous.
I'm just gonna leave back to the anime girls.
An acceptable number of braids we can wear in our hair without it being cultural appropriate.
One. Like this one.
Like, okay. This is what Banana Jutsu got shit for earlier this year.
Because having hair braids.
They were offended that she had hair braids. And everybody's like, her character's not dark enough. And I like the comment. So you want the monkey-themed VTuber to be black?
I think that's acceptable.
Whenever I see these kinds of videos, I always think, well, I'm gonna braid my hair even harder now. There's also something uniquely stupid and arrogant and entitled about...
Oh yeah, I currently have my hair in a braid.
You know, it's... You know, like it's coming undone.
Yeah, I know.
Leaving an entire hairstyle that is present and has been present in cultures around the planet forever.
Okay, so she has a completely different time schedule than we do. That could also mean the 2 girls who are fed up with their significant other inside and other holes. Oh, ass. What?
I mean, as long as we're talking about cultural appropriation, I had no idea that women who were, not Caucasian could have blonde, straight hair. That's crazy. How did you grow that yourself? By 2016, NFL player Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for the national anthem to protest racial inequality. By 2018, Nike had partnered with him with the performative slogan, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything," appearing on images with his face. Soon, other sports people followed suit, and many of them took a knee.
You know the sad thing is, the NFL let them do this shit, but they wouldn't when the cops got shot in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys, they wanted to honor the cops by putting a patch on their uniform, and they wouldn't let them do it.
That's retarded.
Yeah, everybody kind of forgets about that.
All right, guys. Eventually, the involvement of politics in sports led to teams like the Indians and the Washington Redskins changing their names to avoid being racially insensitive to Native Americans.
Yeah, we still have the Chiefs.
Shh. Don't tell them that.
But 2020 onwards is where things went totally haywire, and honestly, for these
best about how to deal with racism, just stop talking about it. Yeah, can't we all just be fucking normal?
No.
Just be happy.
movements and ideologies, I think it signaled the beginning of the end. Probably a combination of being locked inside one's own house, becoming fearful of sneezing, too much time alone, too much time on the internet, and the rise of TikTok. A lot of people went a little bit cuckoo. After George Floyd's death, I'm having so much trouble saying that. George Floyd. After he died, people went absolutely mad, and quite frankly, that's putting it mildly.
Anyone saying Black Lives Matter too. 11, that's how many times I can't breathe, 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 I can't breathe.
Was that a little boy or a girl?
Yes.
And what is the comedy here?
It's alternative comedy. It's comedy you don't laugh at.
Can we laugh at how many times I can say that?
Maybe.
I can't breathe. Eric Garner said I can't breathe before he was killed by police. So I guess those 3 words only mean stop if you're white.
I want to remind you all that politicians were crying over this guy's golden casket. I'm just, stop the world. I want to get off. This period of time gave us fiery but mostly peaceful reporting and wide-scale justification for civil unrest from politicians and other talking heads. June 2020.
Fiery, mostly peaceful protest. So, did anyone perhaps maybe died because of these protests?
You can't breathe.
It's he can't breathe.
When he gave us Blackout Tuesday, when people posted black squares on Instagram.
Didn't we get like some kind of acknowledgement that the reason he couldn't breathe is because of the drugs he was taking?
Yeah. Those ain't peaceful.
And to show solidarity with BLM. It also gave us a bunch of these videos of mainly white girls painting black fists on their face because, because
they got beat by their black boyfriend.
Dude, I wore a fist, except it was more of a hand, and it was gold and JoJo.
You get my joke. It's black because he got hit by the black boyfriend.
No. Okay. University campuses were definitely still in meltdown mode, but, honestly, it seems like they never really take a break from that. Trigger warnings, which were already extremely common in academia, became ubiquitous.
I remember in 2019 we had these weird training like this at work.
Oh,
it was only the one time, and it was once and done. It was the dumbest shit I've ever sat there. It was okay, you paid me an hour to sit here and listen to your bullshit.
Lovely. The stuff that you'll probably not take to heart at all. You probably meant the audience was breathing just like Camus Revives said. Who? She can't breathe because she's sucking on a full
in 2020 across social media, classrooms, and workplaces. Professors began prefacing their lectures with warnings for topics like racism or violence. We even had news outlets giving us lists of problematic movies that need warning labels, like Forrest Gump and Indiana Jones. And I am not joking.
Don't forget Gone with the Wind. That's another one.
Full Metal Jacket. He says the N-word while they were doing the drill sergeant.
Sheesh.
Forrest Gump is a big no-no because it has AIDS in it.
What?
I'm sick.
Oh, yeah, because she got AIDS.
Oh, fuck Jenny.
Jenny is the worst person,
She deserved those AIDS.
Who's worse, Jenny or what's her face from the Titanic?
Rose.
Yeah, Rose from the Titanic.
Jenny.
Think about it. At the end of the Titanic, she had the most valuable diamond on planet Earth, and she just threw it in the ocean and fuck her kids, fuck her family, just threw that in the ocean.
I thought we were gonna talk more about how she could have moved her fat ass to let What's his face on the plank?
Rush Hour needs a trigger warning.
Oh yeah, fucking Rush Hour is amazing. I fucking love that show. Actually, You know what? I thought this would be a trigger warning because they had the Black Panthers in it.
Like, it had actual race. How fucking there was actual racism. It's just a story of how life was like during those times.
What, do you have a cough due to cold?
The Indiana Jones one is because it doesn't accurately depict Hindus and Indians. My God, these people.
You know what I realized? Jenny was one of those woke bitches like them. She was the old school version of these people. I just realized that because she was a hippie and stuff.
She was also sexually assaulted when she was a kid by her dad.
Probably on her
People are so soft. I think it's really fun that like Dirty Harry and Forrest Gump are on this list, but not movies like Tropic Thunder. They just don't make films like that anymore.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Honestly, the softness and the squishiness and the desire to be a
Wait. In that case, wait. We gotta be mad at a white dude being a black dude. In that case, we need the reversal. What about white chicks? We had 2 black dudes being white girls. How come that's not... That's...
I have never seen white chicks.
You've never seen white chicks?
No.
We need to watch that after stream now.
I can't watch Friday anymore because I'm not black enough. It's Friday, ain't got shit to do.
Offended by everything is part of
movie.
What makes wokeness so incredibly exhausting. It's always about managing one's feelings and validating people's individual truths and ignoring universally accepted facts. Everything is about avoiding offense and ensuring that you think about the feelings of complete strangers, lest they feel wounded or sad. Unfortunately, I am not Willy Wonka.
Was that show really that funny?
Yes! White Chicks was funny. It was stupid funny. You never saw White Chicks fix this.
And I don't have to sugarcoat reality. This insane overemphasis on feelings was and is to the extent that universities like the University of Utah had cry closets for students overwhelmed by stress. And
they have cry closets. Please play the I am in a glass case of emotion. Or no, I'm just gonna walk by there while they're crying. I'm in the closet.
You're in the closet.
Safe spaces expand.
Knock on the door. Get out of the closet.
To protect against ideological discomfort. This even applied to free speech zones on campus, where one could go to actually have, free speech. Because I guess the rest of the campus they weren't allowed.
You mean how we
something
have free
that
speech?
You should have naturally just
everywhere?
Yeah.
You know that list of shit we were allowed to have by the government. That's like the first one.
Yeah.
Companies rolled out diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives en masse with trainings like Coca-Cola's 2021 Be Less White session, with some companies using the book White Fragility, like Coca-Cola did, as a teaching reference. I think
it's... Someone explain to me what the fuck that's supposed to mean and let me slap him in the face for saying it. No, seriously,
saying
what the
that
fuck
the
is this
anti-white
shit?
rhetoric that has grown and metastasized over the years is honestly pretty staggering, and if I think about it too much, it's quite distressing to consider that it's made its way
like
into basically every area of cultural and social life.
That's where YouTubers film their apology. Oh, like the ukulele lady.
Oh, yeah.
Cry closet.
With like academia and politics and entertainment and what have you. And it's all done under the guise of equity and inclusion and righting age-old historical wrongs. My Irish ancestors were slaves. I would like some reparations too, please.
In honor of this, white people, stitch this. How many white people...
I make it my personal business to have complex conversations about race with any and all white people.
Y'all need to watch fucking God, my brain just froze up from Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga, yes.
There was racism toward. There was not so much. It It was racism within people with the same skin tone, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, the Vikings versus the Christians.
There was slavery in that time. There was...
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that. And then...
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
People that I encounter. Period.
Somewhere along this road too, especially with TikTok becoming extremely popular, we've seen the rise of self-diagnosed mental illness. The term neurodivergent went mainstream, which mostly referred to autism and ADHD, and it gained traction on platforms like TikTok, where users self-diagnosed and demanded accommodations for these conditions, like workplace flexibility, using their conditions as an excuse to shrug off adulthood and evade responsibility in so many cases. People started collecting labels like they were personality points.
Is it just me, or does it feel like does it feel like the majority of these kind of people are all millennials?
Yeah.
The rise of the internet had fucked up humanity so bad, and it's just getting worse and worse as technology gets better and better. We'll never be too woke, because it what is that word? Cannibalizes itself. Coke was wondering and what's the word?
Getting a boycott list.
Oh yeah.
For the Palestine stuff.
Right. There is nothing you can do to appease these kind of people.
Binary, disabled, neurodivergent, polyamorous, and became offended if others didn't.
Why do you need this on your glasses?
Properly adhere to them. And having this...
Yeah. And then the reason why we had slaves is because they sold them to us. The people sold their people. Yeah. Most of it was that.
Perpetually offended class meant that so many things were off limits, particularly humor and comedy, which have almost really kind of fully been replaced by political activism.
Yeah, give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
Late night hosts and their performances became almost entirely about dunking on Donald Trump or criticizing the right wing. Comedians were cancelled for jokes and are cancelled for jokes, like my friend Isaac Butterfield, who is in Australia, who was brought before the Australian Human Rights Commission because he offended someone who wasn't even at his show. Television shows that were once fun and edgy have been sanitized. Actors and comedians have made...
Yeah, I think Homer doesn't strangle Bart anymore.
They got rid of Apu,
Apu was one of the best characters, too. So if we remove free speech, does that mean we can ban people from... what's that word? Literally saying anything, like example for saying I like flowers.
Oh, Chibi Doki gets canceled because he said I bought my dad flowers for his birthday.
Seriously?
Yeah, she got canceled for that. Poor Chibi Doki. You know, the one that looks...
Yeah, the cute derpy VTuber, right?
Yeah, she posted, hey, I'm gonna buy my dad flowers for, I think it was his birthday or Father's Day or whatever, and she got canceled on Twitter for it. Yeah. That's why I don't care what I post. Like, people are going to get offended. I don't care. I am who I am. I am the booty warrior.
Am I allowed to buy flowers from my dad, too? It's for his grave.
So far, became TDS this season. Yeah, they were a little...
yeah... I can still find some enjoyment.
Like, the first episode was funny as hell, but after a while, it kind of got old. It was the same jokes over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked some bits of it. The last episode was interesting.
For some reason, we don't know what happened to the baby. It was a 1 minute footage. It went from fine and it was hanging itself.
I like that part.
Was fun.
That was funny. When Satan's baby was hanging itself.
That was
hilarious. And then they brought back the satanic animals. I like that. I like when it focuses less on the politics stuff.
Yeah.
Attempts to distance themselves from their past works that would be seen as offensive by today's standards. Even YouTubers like Jenna Marbles have left the internet, kind of been forced off the internet after being called out for previous jokes. And she did this.
Someone tell me, what does TDS stand for?
Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Oh.
But, yeah, well, look how many VTubers get shit when the Hogwarts Legacy shit went down. Fucking Silverbell, and there was a VTuber who, all she did was discuss about, talking about playing the game. She got bullied so bad, and this is in Japan, mind you, a Japanese VTuber. She got off the internet for a month, came back and graduated. Like, she was done.
Just because people harassed them for playing Hogwarts.
No, she was talking about playing Hogwarts. She wasn't even playing.
Oh, she didn't even. Just talking about it.
Yeah. And my thoughts are, these people who are claiming they want to do everything for trans people, how many people you think you brought to your side, of her fans you brought to your side by doing that shit? Versus how many people you now just made transphobic. And that's why we're discussing this video. Mm-hmm. We're tired. We're tired of the cry bullies.
Yeah. The ones that are like, we're going to be fighting the bullies, they have become the bullies.
I like how Pippa did the response of, I don't like Hogwarts, but I hate Twitter more, so I'm going to play this game to piss you all off. I'm McDonald. And...
You know what? I might be willing to play it myself. I'm just gonna pretend that it's not Harry Potter because I don't care about Harry Potter. But I'll pretend it's Mashal. If I get like a PC version of it and it has like a Mashal fucking modding, yeah. I play Mashal because Mashal is basically.
And you don't use any magic in the game. You just beat the crap.
Yes. That would be cool, actually.
It's because she just didn't want to hurt people. Suddenly, everything from 2020 onwards, or maybe even earlier, had to have this social justice hyper-political edge. And the irony is, only certain types of opinions were allowed to be expressed, while also simultaneously, everyone has to have an opinion about everything and express that opinion because silence is violence? Do you guys also remember those articles that argued that speech is violence? Because I do. This gave rise to hyper-exhausting political advertising with companies insisting on making a statement about everything and anything they could. Transgenderism, obesity, gender identity, racism, identity politics. And baked into all of this is this insufferable lack of nuance. Everything to the progressive left seems to be black and white. There is no shade of gray. There is no room for nuance. First. Either it is or it isn't. And if it's not, you're Nazi. To these people, a statement in the affirmative means that the inverse is true. If I say that I like apples, that means that I have to hate pears. I don't actually like pears, and I do like apples, but watermelon's fine. And cantaloupe. And so this is basically where we are now with this wokeness explosion. Language has no meaning because every meaningful word has been watered down. Bigot, Nazi, xenophobe, homophobe, sexist, misogynist, etc. Terms applied so liberally to anyone who even slightly deviates from this extremely narrow social justice.
It's like this. If
Wait. It's like the Incredibles quote. When everyone's a Nazi, nobody is.
Well, that's like a better explanation. If you highlight everything in a book, nothing stands out.
Right.
Path. And every word you say now could be a potential crime. You can't say homeless, you have to say unhoused, otherwise you're being insensitive. You can't say illegal alien, you have to say undocumented migrant, otherwise you're being xenophobic. You can't say crazy or...
If I call the xenomorph illegal alien on the spaceship, is that technically... It's an undocumented life form. Do I have to say that now when I'm getting chased?
Oh.
Moron or... any other words associated with people being stupid, because that might be ableist.
Retard.
And you're expected to remember all of these terms, all of the new terms, all of these pronouns, lest you offend somebody. And then there's all of this woke cultural guilt tripping. If you are tied to Western culture, or for these people worse yet, you are a white person, you're supposed to feel shame and embarrassed for your ancestors, because it's all about decolonizing and unlearning your heritage. Everything.
I like being white. I like sitting here, like, finding out my ancestry. So I like pointing this out. So I'm like 50% Northeastern European.
Northeastern.
I got 19% Scottish. I got 10% German. I think it was 9% Irish. And then I got like 4% Denmark, 4% whale.
I'm the Native American your mother claimed you guys were.
I don't know. Didn't say on the DNA test, so.
From hiking to gardening to breathing clean air has been labeled white.
How is your race as your air is?
Wow. I don't know, with all that fog lately, probably very... Dude, I saw a random video showing that apparently Florida had pink fog.
It's Florida. It's Florida man. Oh, I heard there's a theory why Florida man might exist. And I heard this from a guy who used to live in Florida. Basically, when he moved down there, all the water tastes like shit because there's a high concentration of sulfur in the water.
Oh.
Like, below what's legally safe, like legal limits, but it's like a high concentration of sulfur.
Uh-huh.
Through, like, the central part of Florida. So his theory is the reason why Florida man exists is because of sulfur in the water.
Oh, it fucked up their brain or dues?
Probably.
Oh.
Supremacy. We've even been told that it's not possible to be racist towards white people. They even invented this term, reverse racism.
To drag in any VTuber into any kind of drama. Those days, it's ruined so much fun for everyone. Oh yeah, like that one chick who was being harassed because they were assuming she looked like too much like a Nazi.
Centrea.
Thank you.
Racism, as if that's somehow its own thing. Western culture has been designated as a movement of colonization and evil and hatred. Meanwhile, every other culture is celebrated and respected. We're told that places like the United States, for example, is the worst country on the planet, and yet everybody seems to be desperate to get in and nobody ever leaves. And these corrosive political viewpoints have made their way into everything. You want to watch a movie? No. It has to be diverse, representative, and inclusive. TV shows, ads, even video games now come with a side of social justice.
No. They should have made it snow yellow.
Water is racist. We have to have an ugly looking video game character.
She looks like... Okay, this person right here looks like they took Fiona from Shrek and then fused her with her her ogre version. So they took the princess version and the ogre version and fused them together. This is the in-between.
Messaging. You can't enjoy anything without it turning into a lecture. From Netflix to cereal brands, politics is shoved into every corner of life, and it's hard to find a moment just to breathe. So it's really no wonder that everybody is exhausted. The funny thing about this is that I am sure that some of this started with the best of intentions, that these bleeding hearts and progressives did want to create a better world, especially for people who they viewed as a minority or underrepresented. But really, as this thing has grown and changed and become what it is today, all they've really done is fractured and divided people, creating victim groups and driving the rest of us away. Any goodness that could have come about as a result of these ideologies has been squashed, and people who might ordinarily have been amenable to them have been driven away. So obviously there's so much more that I could potentially say about this, but we simply don't have the time. We would be here for 1,000 years. So let me leave you with a final little thought. I am of the belief that most people within the same culture who have the same values will be decent to one another when left to our own devices. I don't think by and large, that we need all of these initiatives and political and social ideas to force us into submission. I think a lot of people deep down are good people. They are decent people, and they want to be decent people out in the world. But forcing us to be constantly aware of all of our differences in the long run probably doesn't make for a very cohesive society. So
they have even have HVS VHSs. Wait, what about VHS tapes? I occasionally go to the mail that has retro. Oh, cool. Oh, mall. Oh, yeah, we have something like that too.
Yeah.
So in the end, all of the progressive screaming, the political correctness, the wokeness, the language policing, the thought policing, all these initiatives have achieved is pushing people further away and ensuring that these very same people will never ever participate in these ideologies again or ever. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out
Yeah. You don't force. Okay. This is the annoying thing, is the way these people are like. It's like, oh, you need to be mindful of blah 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 culture, and then they turn around. It's like, oh, you're not allowed to immerse yourself in that culture. It's cultural appropriation.
I'm surprised people have. Well, opportunity animators have attacked anime for just this thing. So. Hell, we'll probably attack VTubers for said thing. Look at all the shit Kirsha gets.
Yeah, moob. So many retro games are fun to play again, opposed to many new games lately. True. I have not found really too many new games I've been interested in, but everyone pushed me to Expedition 33, so I'm hoping that'll be fun.
Fume using the link in the description.
Alright, you want to end the video?
Thank you all for joining us for this video. Be kind to each other and moo. Goodbye.
Alright, you want to end
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.